Okay, so we are back. We settled in the first roundtable the scene on the situation. We like to address the challenges with, let's say, the real statements, the solutions that can, overcome such a problem, and we talk as it is. And now, Daniel is going to present Bookmakers and Bulgarian football, the rules to develop the market. So it's a presentation, 10 minutes presentation, 8-minute presentation, 2 minutes Q&A about potential solutions, technological and non-technological, to address the challenges that we identified. And then we move to the second roundtable, which focuses on the performance analytics and technological side of the clubs and the Bulgarian Football Union. So Danny, the stage is yours. See you soon.
Thank you very much. I'm not very much familiar with the microphone later, so forgive me if I don't speak in a loud tone. Just let me know and I will speak louder. What we were talking before is that some stakeholders in football will need to take control of the Bulgarian football in order to change it. And as my friend before was talking, most of the sponsors in Bulgarian football are coming from the bookmaking industry. All the money, or 95% of the money flows other than television and other sponsors are coming from bookmakers. But I don't think they are working in an efficient way, and I will offer with this presentation some ways to change the panorama by taking the control of the football clubs by the people who is putting the money. So what the bookmakers look for in a football club? First, that everybody sees them. They look for brand awareness. They need exposure. They need that the people see their names in the equipment, in the stadiums, in the events, in the match day. They need to have presence in digital, in media, in the TVs. The bookmakers look also for social responsibility, which I call forgiveness here. It looks like because you are a bookmaker, you need to get forgiven by the society because you are doing something wrong. It's like a continuous apologizing. You need to increase your image index by making some social responsibility actions. You need to associate yourself with good teams, with people with a reputable name. And you need to minimize risk, which is giving your money to people who is knowing how to use it, reliable management, and somebody who is not gonna kill you. So it's not corrupted, it's not with a bad past. So you need to find a compliance in the person who is administering your money and using your name, because you need this forgiveness, and it's all compatible. All these structures are interrelated, as you can see, except for the exposure. There are three types of deals in the market of sponsorships, of sponsors and clubs. I say sponsorships, a cash or an in-kind fee paid to a property in return for a commercial value. In this case, the brand of the bookmaker is always, or the sponsor, bookmaker can apply to a sponsor in general as well when I'm talking in this presentation, is less brand than the brand of the club or the stakeholder you're sponsoring. So you just give money to use their brand, their name. There is partnership where the brands are equal, where the arrangements between the two parties are just to cooperate and to get some common goal together. And what mainly happens in the Bulgarian football right now is donations. It's bookmakers, before we were talking that we don't know how the bookmakers are selecting the clubs that they are sponsored, other than political reason. I can put my casino in your place. There are mainly donations right now because the clubs are giving absolutely nothing back in terms of the exposure that the clubs need, that the sponsors need, sorry. If you see the Bulgarian landscape, I think that according to my previous slides, the bookmaker will be looking for image index, which is this association with a renowned club, renowned athlete, social responsibility for the forgiveness, exposure, which is what's bringing them clients, reliable management, you need to rely on the people you are giving to money with, and compliance. And I draw a little bit of the panorama of the market in Bulgaria. If you go to the Bulgarian Football League and the Federation, I don't think they are meeting one of these actual 5 requirements to be the perfect partner for a sponsor. You may have some exposure with the Bulgarian Football Union in terms of the national team matches. No huge stars, as we were talking before. If you go to a little bit bigger clubs, you can go to Botev Plovdiv, which is a big city, about 300, 400,000 people, so you can get some exposure, definitely no compliance and reliable management. Image index can be worked out, but it's close to 1, 2. If you go to the big partners, they may have a better structure. Ludogorets has international repercussion because they play usually in latest rounds of European competition. CSKA and Levski have a huge fan base. And I added September there because they have actually a model of academy that can be attractive for different sponsors, and it's kind of adding to the social responsibility. These people will be, most of the Bulgarian football clubs are going to be in the square one, so professional and non-professional, so just bookmakers are going to give them money to, we don't know what, to put the name in the t-shirt, to put the name in the stadium, which actually nobody's going to see it because the audience in TV are low and no people is going to the stadium. With the other clubs, it will work a little bit better, but the media and the television, these are actually good for sponsoring for the bookmakers because they can offer you reliable management because they are running a business, not a football club, because they are offering you visualization and audience through the television and through the media, and because there will be no problems of compliance and you can be doing with them social responsibility actions and partnerships. So, continuing to the next slide, this is just the conclusion from the other slides. The club needs the bookies, but the bookies don't need the club. Club needs money, but bookies can give money to another partner that are actually giving them what they need. So most of the clubs cannot provide with the bookie what they are looking for in the terms of the 5 items that I explained before. Some clubs could provide with data of the fan base, but just 2 or 3 big clubs that if they have the fan base structured in a CRM system, which I have doubts about, other stakeholders like media and digital can easily substitute the club for everything a bookmaker needs. And there is a big risk in association with a big number of local clubs in terms of match fixing, corruption, and unreliable management. So, in conclusion, bookmakers are mere donators, and the model is not as efficient as it should. Why will I donate money to football clubs? I will actually use my money to improve my business, to get what I need from the clubs. So now it's happening actually totally the opposite. You see, what is the point of a company sponsoring Strumska Slava? There is no actual repercussion in media, in the television, in nowhere. Nobody's going to. When I was invited to the presentation, I needed to relate a little bit what is going on right now in Qatar and how the Bulgarian football will improve, learning from the Qatar experience. I think we have to go 10 years ago. 10 years ago, Qatar was absolutely nothing, 10, 15 years ago. But they have an idea in mind, and they have money to implement this idea. Qatar was an unknown country, but they have a goal and they have the money. They understood that FIFA, you were mentioning it before, was an institution that you can easily control by money. And this is the best football product for worldwide right now, the World Cup, Champions League, World Cup. World Cup is even more exclusive because it's once each 4 years. So they bought the FIFA World Cup 2022. Entering the market. They needed some widening and some awareness. What did they do? White clubs. Not white like Barcelona is white. They don't like to be white, but Barcelona needed money at the time. It's a major brand, and they have a clean profile. And what Qatar has? The money. They needed the brand awareness and the association with this club, and they needed the forgiveness because of the human rights reasons, because of all the stuff that was talking about this nation. So association with Barcelona, 2011. What else do they need? More money. They have more money. They need more brand awareness. And they need a control hub. What did they do? Taking control of Paris Saint-Germain. They have the money to buy Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain at the moment was a cheap club in the center of Europe with a lot of political connections. So they did that. They actually came to control of Barcelona by paying them and by Paris Saint-Germain controlling them. European leagues, UEFA. They needed money as well at the time, 2012, after economic crisis, broadcasters were paying less money. So Qatar has the money. What did they do? They created beIN Sports, broadcaster, part of the strategy. They were financing all the European leagues with their own broadcaster, controlling them as well, because who has the money? If I don't pay you the money, who's going to pay you this amount of money? They got with their own broadcaster, control on the leagues. They got brand awareness because it's their own communication media, communication control, and political control as well, because football is a political tool, not only Bulgaria, but everywhere. And right now, in the implementation of Super League, who was the one who was opposing mostly the Super League? Al-Khelaifi, president of European Club Association, coming from Qatar, president of Paris Saint-Germain. So when European League and UEFA needed the support, Al-Khelaifi gave it back, taking even more political control. This is an example of how probably a bookmaker should come or a sponsor into the Bulgarian market. They have the money. Bulgaria need the money in terms of control, but I need something back in terms of this money. This sounds aggressive. They have a lot of money, but there are smaller ways to do that. So I think, yeah, the potential strategy of Bulgaria for the book is as the following. Just come with the money, but control where your money is going. And for every sponsor, it works the same way. You can turn the current immature market of federation, professional football clubs, and move these clubs that are in the donator area first to the partner area and then to the sponsor area by working with the right clubs. You have to find the right management to work with. You have to make background checks. You cannot afford yourself to get into a club that is messed up inside in many different reasons. And you have to offer quality rather than quantity. It doesn't make any sense from a sponsor to sponsor all the clubs in Bulgaria when they're giving nothing back. Just get the 3-4 clubs that you are interested in, use them, implement them, and to the rest, make the movement, turn donations to club into partnerships, reduce the inefficiency and meaningless assets, invest in improvement. It's better to have your name in the t-shirt that nobody's gonna see because there is no audience, there is no digital reach, there is no television, or to help these people with digital and work. You know, you put some managers, you implement data in the club, you have a 10 years, 15 years plan, and you implement it. And you squeeze the potential advantage of each club. There are clubs with no advantage, I'm sorry. It is like it is. But bookmakers and sponsors is a business. They need to develop themselves at the same time that they're helping developing the Bulgarian football. And finally, and as Qatar did, you have to take control. If you don't have my marketing team or if you don't have part of my management, I don't give you money because I don't know where my money is going. You have to demand a business plan, you have to demand the strategy from the club, and you have to make sure that they apply it, not that they just tell you, yes, please give me the money, and then they disappear. And to end up just this slide in the presentation, strong compliance, because we are talking about money, we're talking about development, and with no strong compliance, the money just disappears and evaporates in the air like it happened during the last year. And I think that's it. If you have any question, please I'm here to answer.